Oh my God, the Saints defense just missed 4 more tackles during this cold open. The only thing more annoying than LSU fans celebrating the Bengals win Sunday is Juge acting like he's freaking Bill Belichick of our adopted UDFA son competition. Stop it, Andrew. Thomas, hit that intro.
Yo, what up? It's Deontay Harris with the New Orleans Saints. Y'all Saints Happy Hour podcast? Yeah. No bueno, not good. Y'all Saints takes. It's just awful. And I think it's because the drinks that y'all be drinking be having y'all a little woozy and y'all be forgetting like what team y'all talking about or something. I don't know what it is, but we gotta figure something out because it's bad. Let's regroup, reassess, and just be better, you know? All love.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. Smash that like button on YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. You get 2 months for free. We have a limited edition Boys Are Back cup as a gift for any new annual patrons at any level. So, thanks to Andrew's dad, by the way, and C Milt for subscribing to our Twitch. Gotta remember, guys, we are doing the MVP contest for people who watch and donate or subscribe during the live stream. Anyone who donates any amount, it can be $1, during the show each week gets entered into a drawing at the end of the season for Saints Happy Hour and a Smoke Monday t-shirt. The person who donates the most each week gets entered into our drawing to win 2 Saints game tickets for 2023. And the person who donates the most each week gets a 30-second video of themselves giving their Saints hot take played the following week. By the way, Big JMC, he promised to pledge 5,000 bits last week because him and Butteridge had a bits war to try to beat.
Butteridge won last week.
Butteridge won.
Oh, Butteridge won. Oh,
did we get a video from Butteridge?
He didn't send any.
How much money? How much money? The important question is how much money did I make out of all this?
Dave, it's not about you. It's about supporting the show and making sure that Thomas has enough salami and cattle and whatever they need in Poland to survive so the show can grow and be better.
Thomas, that microphone you're speaking into, Dave, does the
That's
money,
right.
You know?
And supplies and microphones and things. And fatheads, Dave. Fatheads aren't free. I'm just,
I noticed you have Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
Very timely.
Nice.
Very
I have Rashid Shaheed, and I have Tyrann Mathieu. He missed another tackle.
Jesus.
What are we drinking tonight? Bud Light Lime for me.
That's disgusting.
I can.
I'm still chipping away at the Crystal Head vodka. Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Suntory whiskey still.
Okay, well, we're moving through this quickly, so that means that leaves a little extra time for me. I can go on a little bit. I'm drinking the 2022 edition of St. Arnold Pumpkinator.
Where did you buy that? What grocery store do you remember?
I actually buy almost all of my beer exclusively at Elio's uptown.
Did you get a 6-pack, 12-pack?
You buy.
1 aisle.
I just bought. They come as bombers. No, actually, while I have the floor, I'm going to set the tone early for the remainder of this podcast. We're not going to be talking about the Saints for most of this podcast. We're going to be talking about number 25 AP poll Tulane Green Wave football team, ranked ahead of LSU. I could not be happier. This is I came to New Orleans in 1999. I was a year too late. This is the first time in 23 years Tulane has had a ranked football team. As a fan, obviously, I am very excited.
Tulane record you've ever seen.
Stop interrupting me. As a fan, I am very excited as a business owner who happens to sell Tulane merchandise, I'm even more excited. I'm really looking forward to what this might mean. Maybe it'll be an extra special Christmas for the Cariello kids this year. What's the best record? I want to say, I don't think more than 7 or 8 wins. Like 2013 when they went to either like 2003 when they went to the Hawaii Bowl, or maybe 2013 when they went to the New Orleans Bowl, maybe, I think.
Back in '98, I mean, they were in the Superdome for quite a while for home games, so I know you remember that. But in '98, I probably went to about half their home games that year, and they were playing in the Superdome, and
they were great games. They were fun games.
I remember, I still remember, besides Sean King, guys from that roster like Juwan Dawson, PJ Franklin, who also played on the basketball team. Like there are names I still remember from that team. That's how good they were.
We're actually, it's actually funny. I'm going to be coming out with, hopefully they'll be in the store this week before homecoming, but we got a Feels Like 98 shirt that we've got coming out in Tulane colors. And it's funny because obviously Tulane is playing as well as they are, like they did in 1998. But interestingly enough, now you've got Tennessee.
Well, they've already lost once.
Right. No, I know. They're not going to be undefeated, but they're still ranked. This is still the first time they've ever been ranked or even sniffed. 98. Yeah. And then obviously we've also got Tennessee, which is now. Are they going to be number one? Were they number one?
I want Tennessee.
But they're doing great. So, and the last time they were really great was again 1998.
Well, the only thing you need to know about Tennessee is they have a hooker for a quarterback, and I want the Saints to ditch Jameis for a hooker.
And also the Saints. Just to bring it all back, the Saints are playing like it's 1998.
Oh, they really are.
It really is 1998 all over.
It is. Feels like 98, baby. That's
I gotta say, Dave. Like, I don't even have a bit here. I'm happy for you.
I don't even have a joke.
I know. I remember 98, and I just remember how exciting that was for the Tulane program and for the city, and it's just cool to see them good again, because I remember that year very vividly, and it's super exciting to watch, and I'm glad that Tulane's doing well. I'm happy for your store. I know that'll be a benefit to your business, which is cool. And you've been suffering through some pretty horrific football.
Tulane's been good.
Ralph, come on. Define good.
Hang on a minute.
If they don't win 9 games,
we are not going to rain on Dave Cariello's parade. Tulane is doing very well. They had a really good victory this past weekend. Dave deserves to celebrate.
I agree.
He deserves to enjoy this, because you never know what the rest of the season or the weeks ahead are going to have. So you sell all the T-shirts you can, Dave. You enjoy this. And you don't let any naysayers try and talk over you, or try and interrupt you, or try and look for the dark edge on the nice cloud. You don't let any of that negativity come anywhere near you, Dave.
We have a habit on this show of shitting on each other. Not literally, like we're not Odell Beckham, all right? We don't do that literally.
Four guys, one cup.
Yeah, but we have a habit of raining on each other's parade. But no, I'm with you, Kevin. We're gonna let Dave have this one. I
don't know what's worse. Dave doing 10 minutes on what he's drinking, or Dave doing 10 minutes on Tulane football. I don't know what's worse.
Well, this is, you know what? This is good. You guys let me get it all out now, so I'll leave the rest of the podcast alone, because otherwise I was just going to constantly pepper in Tulane talk. And I was going to say, if you don't like me or you don't like Tulane, you might want to just wait till next week's podcast.
Ozman says Tulane best team in Louisiana. Podcast. Burn.
Yeah, that's right.
So LSU, I guess, is technically 27th because they're second in votes that are not in the top 25. So technically 27th. Tulane at 25. But let's be honest here, Dave. If Tulane and LSU play each other, who wins?
Let's play the game. Let's play the game. No, let's play the game. Neutral field.
Tulane, LSU, New Orleans Bowl. Let's get it on.
Oh gosh,
I'm here for it.
Let's play the game. Let's play the game.
Speaking of terrible,
solve your problems with aggression.
That's right. The Saints lost to the Bengals in fashion yesterday. Dave, the Saints defense, unlike Tulane, is no good. It's horrible. It's atrocious. And it's the worst when it matters the most. Dennis Allen knows what the hell's up with the defense. Thomas, play that soundbite.
He should know what's up with the defense.
The biggest thing was that we had opportunities to win in the red zone. We didn't. When you get them third and 8, third and 9 on the 9, I'm expecting to win that down. And we didn't do that. And to me, that was the biggest difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, so he's talking red zone defense.
He's just talking like he felt like every big moment, Andrew, you can chart it. And even in the games they won, the defense has sucked when it matters the most. Atlanta, they got lucky. Seattle, they got lucky. And the other losses, they stunk.
But lately, the last couple of weeks, would you say every time that the Saints get a lead, the defense sucks and gives it up?
Yes.
Would you say that every time the Saints get a lead, the defense can't hold that lead?
I'm finally ready to admit that. Yes.
Yes.
Guys, unbelievably, the Saints offense is number 6 in the NFL.
I don't know.
They're number 6.
What metric?
They're number 2 in the NFL in yards per carry. Number 2.
That's what's funny is, and I've seen people comment this, but it's I'm in the dome and I'm looking at, me and my buddy are watching the game and we're looking at the big screen and they're putting the in-game stats, and it's this is, I think, the second week in a row where they're getting more yards per carry than they're getting more yards. Oh, there's Romeo. Then they're getting more yards per pass. So I mean, basically, this is a running offense. That's their strength.
They've gone over 225.
I was going to say,
back-to-back.
Kevin,
Sean Payton is gone. Okay, there's your proof. He is not here anymore.
Kevin,
if you needed any more proof than that, it's the fact that the rushing game is more efficient and more proficient than the passing game.
Yeah,
Kevin,
Pete Carmichael's the dude calling the plays.
I know.
Still bizarro world.
It is. Kevin,
I guess
the Saints ran the ball 34 times for 228 yards.
I'm still spinning about that.
They should just keep running it. Why even bother to pass?
They won the turnover battle.
Yep.
And yet they lost this football game. If you had told me in the morning, Kevin, Saints going to run for 228 yards on 34 carries, and they're going to win the turnover battle, I would have literally bet every cent I own. I would have emptied Max's college fund out and bet on the Saints.
And they won the time of possession.
That's right.
Blake Gillikin would have laughed at you, Ralph, and said, "Watch this punt."
They had more. They had one more. They had more first downs, albeit it was just one extra first down.
Yeah.
Their third down efficiency, while it was just a shade under 500, they were getting the ball moving. They were getting things done. Again, they were moving. What am I saying? They were moving the ball on the ground. And again, Andy Dalton had a similar pedestrian type game, 17 of 32 for $162.
He couldn't have been more Andy Dalton. He couldn't have been more Andy Dalton if he tried.
It was one of those, that's literally all he had to do.
So
all he had to do. The offense puts up 26. Christ's sake, I hate these. I hate autoplay videos.
Jesus, why do you keep going to these websites? Shame on you for being fooled for the 15th time.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton did what he was supposed to do. The team was doing, the team was doing what it was supposed to do. The offense put up 26 points, and still they lost. If you told me all of that, and they're going to score 26, I would have lost a shit ton of money. Right, and especially if you'd have said, oh yeah, Juge's guy, Rashid Shaheed, was going to come out of the blue and get a 44-yard touchdown run.
No, we're not going there yet. No, look,
I would have absolutely
not ready to concede yet. Okay,
I will do that later. Look, Dennis Allen, he was blaming the defense. I think this is a chicken and egg kind of thing. I think you could blame the offense just as equally. They had a chance.
What?
They had a chance. They had the ball with 2.5 minutes left.
No Michael Thomas, no Jarvis Landry, no Olave, no Jameis Winston. Pete left the game. Troutman left the game.
And yet they put up 26 points, and yet they put the team in position to win. Look, you can't expect one more drive from the offense. That's too much to ask of them. Come on, that's ridiculous.
It is because
I think there's blame to go around everywhere. For this.
That's where see Andy Dalton's
lion's share of the blame goes on the defense.
Now to Kevin's point about Andy Dalton being pedestrian, whatever. Look, all that is absolutely correct, and I don't even care who the quarterback is. We said at the beginning of the season, we expected the defense to be good enough where we just needed a mediocre offense. And the offense is not living up to their end of the bar. The defense is not living up to their end of the bargain. The offense is, they're doing, that stat is, I don't know. You could make up that's crazy to me. But either way,
only game that the offense had to play chase was Tampa Bay, where they put up hollow numbers. The rest of the time they've been in the games.
Yeah, this season is in the shitter because of the defense. Plain and simple. It's laughable that
special teams,
and it's laughable that only 2 weeks ago I had to talk to you guys and tell you how bad the
100
defense
bits.
was.
We love you.
You didn't want to hear it. Y'all didn't want to hear it.
It was too early in the season.
Y'all came at me with this, let's see what they play with the lead bullshit. Not just you guys, everybody in the chat, everybody on Twitter. I saw it. I don't respond to it, but I see
it. Thomas, play the breaking news.
Breaking news.
Play breaking news. We got important breaking news. Play that.
And I don't know why we're giving Blake Gilligan a pass either.
Monadula, patron of the show.
Oh no.
Fan of the show on the live stream. He got put in Twitter jail.
Yes.
For telling Nick Underhill the Saints need to stop shooting their dick off. So we need to get the hashtag trending free Monadula.
That's kind of our fault.
It is kind of our fault. Like
we've normalized.
You're welcome.
We've normalized that. We've normalized.
We normalized people telling each other just don't shoot your dick off, and it got Monadula put in Twitter jail.
Yeah. I was wondering why Twitter seemed to be 5% more pleasant this last week.
We got Ralph a blue check mark.
That's right.
We won an award. All right. We've had Mina Kimes on this show. We've had Connor Payton on this show. Kevin, we've had some great guests.
I've been on the local WWL news.
We've had some great opens. We've had some great opens with Shooter McGavin, with Sean Payton. We've had some great opens. Our greatest accomplishment is putting Monadula in Twitter jail.
It really is. It really is.
Some great things.
You're welcome, Elon.
Nothing better than that.
What's funnier, Kevin? Monadula in Twitter jail or the Saints defense attempts at tackling?
Monadula in Twitter jail.
I mean, Andrew, the tackling is atrocious.
I want to give a shout out to Bradley Roby real quick. As bad as he is at tackling, at least he tries. I'm not sure I can say the same thing for Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, Jesus.
Tyrann Mathieu, he's like, I really believe something is up with him, and we're all going to feel bad about how we're ripping on him now in the offseason. We're going to be like, oh, yeah, he was going through it. Man, I feel awful about all the mean things I said.
Maybe he shouldn't be playing football then. I don't know.
I mean,
or maybe the team should bench him if he's got mental stuff going on. I don't know.
He looks like a guy that's like having a hard time summoning the energy to go to work. I've been there, Tyrann. I know sometimes you just don't want to go to work. I get it.
Look, I love him. He's LSU, Honey Badger, dude's a legend, all that. Like, I love him, but like, football is simple. It's a winning or lose. You win or you lose. It's a business that is contingent on winning. So if you are consistently costing your team wins with losing plays, you need to get out of there.
If they would bench him, Andrew, would it be Justin Evans? Who would it be?
Yeah, I guess so. But honestly, at this point, like, I would take anyone. I just feel like we know he's always been diminutive in stature, but if he's literally not even going to attempt to tackle and he's going to take these angles, and I mean, he does have one pick. That's more than the rest of the secondary has this season.
Ceedy Duce has more picks than the entire Saints team in one night.
Yeah. Yep. In one game, Ceedy Duce has.
How many
more
did he have last night? I saw the one. He had another.
Two.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, I'm not going to revisit the Ceedy Duce thing because, like, there are reasons the Saints moved on, and I actually think it was like the correct decision, but just based on what was going on. But like, yeah.
But yeah, we can use those 2 interceptions.
It's embarrassing to think that like the Saints are going to be a losing team. Philly's going to own their first round pick. Ceedy Duce was had by Philly. Like, Philly is just fleecing us left and right. And I'm going to tell you right now, if something happens to Jalen Hurts, and God forbid they win a game with Ian Book at quarterback.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
let me tell you something. I tweeted this out. If the Eagles make a playoff run and go into the conference championship or beyond, Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis need to eat fucking glass. Okay? They need to eat glass. I'm sure Juge has his sauces and the people that talk to him on the telephone, on the conch shell, on the 2 aluminum cans with the string. I'm sure he sees smoke signals, gets Morse code, gets a black raven, a passenger pigeon, a little kid on a dirt bike. I'm sure he gets all the messages from all the people. But again, Ceedy Duce had more picks last night than the Saints secondary has had all year. All year.
And it's
so unless this guy was burning flags, burning holy books, making inappropriate passes to Miss Gale, I don't know what he was doing that warranted getting rid of him.
And I don't care if he was talking about Cameron Jordan's mom. I could use those 2 interceptions right about.
Here's the thing, Dave. The Saints secondary, they only have 1 interception, and it's not like they're their normal no-catching motherfucker selves. Like, they're not even, like, dropping interceptions. They're not even chances.
They're not even in a position to be no-catching motherfuckers. They're not in a position.
Andrew, I would have said...
Kingdom for a Kevin Case for hard.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I would have said, Andrew, I would have said...
right there.
I would have said MFers, by the way.
Yeah, I was sorry. There's a lot of profanity going on, but I think that's less offensive than saying you want Kevin Caseforhan back.
The people in the chat are just blasting Juge and his sources. I love it. Biloxi Blues said the same people who told you they were going to sign Jimmy Graham. Keep the Juge source hate coming. He's about to just dump all over us about the UDFA son.
What's going on?
No, Juge will keep me on point with the language. Don't worry, the language barrier is not eroded.
Troutman just got hurt, so it'll be interesting to see if they try to run that back.
Well, speaking of the
Jimmy Kroll.
Speaking of the offense, you know, Dave was saying, look, they couldn't come up with the drive at the end of the game to win, which I think is a little bit unfair. If they would have needed a field goal, maybe they feel differently. But the offense did stink it up in the red zone. So how much of the red zone was they didn't have their playmakers, because wide receivers matter in the red zone a lot. You got to guys just get open and you throw them the ball, right? How much of it was that, Andrew? How much of it was crappy play calls, and how much was it Troutman getting hurt and they couldn't run and Taysom stuff as much as they wanted down in the goal line?
Yeah, well, losing Troutman, I mean, what was it that Sean Payton said? It's like getting your, what do you say about Josh Hill?
Screen door.
Like your screen door getting blown off. So, you know, I think that definitely doesn't help. I mean, look, Michael Thomas has played 3 games. He's played in half the Saints games so far, and he leads the team in receiving touchdowns. So that's kind of a big deal, right? When you're missing your leading touchdown.
When is he coming back? What the hell is going on? This is like the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, this is like having, you know, your dream car, whatever that may be, a 57 Chevy or a Mustang or whatever, shined up, gassed up, polished in your garage and like you can't take it out. You can't drive it. Like, what the hell? This is the most frustrating, annoying thing. We are going on a year and a half now. We've got to sit for one game.
2.5.
I didn't think.
This is like turning into like Zion frustration level. I'm getting like Zion frustrated about it.
I didn't think anybody could frustrate me more with their non-injury information than Sean Payton and being a total jerk about injuries. Dennis Allen frustrates me more because Dennis Allen, he gives us hope.
I honestly think
I think he's going to play, and then it's like he doesn't play. Like, I'd rather Dennis Allen just be a total jerk about injuries like Sean Payton and tell us nothing.
The difference is Sean Payton knew what the injury was and knew what the situation was. He just wasn't telling you. Dennis Allen, I don't think he knows what is going on. So he's not lying. He's just, I don't know.
I feel like he's often telling us the optimistic. Yeah, he tells us like the optimistic view, and then if it backfires, he's like,
that's why Peyton's approach might be a little bit better.
By the way, Saints legend Latavius Murray, he has 9 carries for 36 yards.
Yeah. Oh, we were joking.
I don't think runners is what this team is missing. I'm just gonna. I don't know that Latavius Murray is like, the missing link here.
I think my buddy Brad was joking on the text during the game when he said Saints legend Rashid Shaheed. Like in 10 years. He'll be coming out to lift his arm and do the Who Dat chant just for this one game.
Here's the thing, though. Last week when they ran over,
are we talking about this now? Can we?
Yeah. Well, before we get to that, Andrew, I just want to say, last week when they ran over Seattle, I was kind of like, Seattle's the second worst defense in the NFL. Like, is this running game? Is it real? But like. This Saints running game, when you add Taysom, who's like this unique thing that teams have a hard time preparing for and dealing with, like this Saints running game, it might be a thing that they can lean on the rest of the year, if they can stay healthy.
Here's the thing I hate is that, you start talking about how great the run game is, and I immediately go back to an injury because that's the state of the season. But I'm worried they can't maintain this without Andrus Peat. Andrus Peat, I mean, he's a beast. As much as you guys want to say he sucks, he can't pass block, yada yada. Like,
I don't think he sucks. I think he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. He's hurt again, and it looks like a pec injury, which he tore last year, and that's what sent him on IR. He had to get surgery for it, so that's really concerning. I hope that they get him back, but so yeah, I don't know with Andrus Peat gone if they'll be as good running the football, but. Yeah, look, I mean, like I said, they're number 2 in the NFL right now in yards per carry, number 6 offense, and they're not throwing for 400 yards a game. So it's really been what they've done on the ground.
Yes, who that golfer, I did say, stay healthy. Sorry.
Yeah, so, Taysom's been awesome. Kamara had a back-to-back good games. Ingram looked really good. So they're getting it done on the ground, and obviously that's why they've put up yards, and that's why they've put up points the last couple weeks. Now, interestingly, Seattle held Arizona, who were about to play, to 9 points. So as bad as you want to talk about how Seattle's defense is, Ralph, they held Kyler Murray and Arizona to just 9 points. So maybe they weren't as bad as we thought.
Maybe
now Arizona just got what's his face?
Hopkins back.
They got Hopkins back, but they lost their starting guard.
No, they
lost the receiver.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
They got Robbie Anderson, but they lost Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I just the only thing I'll say is, it's so frustrating. I still don't understand how the Saints lost this game, and for them to waste a 4 penalty, 0 turnover performance, over 200 yards on the ground, and then on top of that, Seattle, their pass run balance was a joke. 40 passes, 14 runs. And for the Saints to lose that game, man, I'm just befuddled. I'm at a loss. And again, it's like they had Cincy dead to rights. They outplayed them for 57 minutes, and it took a 3rd and 4 where James Hurst gets beat and Andy Dalton's arm gets hit by Trey Hendrickson, pass incomplete. Then a horrible punt by Gillikin, missed tackle by Roby and Mathieu, and Jamar Chase waltzes into the end zone. And that's the NFL. Life comes at you fast. And that sequence of events was just comical. and it's the Saints in a nutshell.
Wait, if you guys all watched it at home, was there any discussion on that no call, that pass interference where Kamara got hit early?
I mean, there was a discussion on that one. That the Demario Davis roughing the call.
That was
that roughing the call was absolutely. I mean, I know. Look, I added to the list of the 15 calls this season that the NFL has blown with roughing the passer, but that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible.
Oh, you guys!
What are defenders supposed to do? Guys are getting flagged because they sacked the quarterback.
People in the chat are saying the Saints should have gone for it instead of punting from 4th and 4 from like midfield.
No way.
Is there any thought of maybe they should have gone for it?
They weren't at the 40. They were at their 30.
No way. No, they were way too deep.
No way. No way. No. 4 yards? No way. If it was 4th and 2, maybe. But like 4th and 4. I mean. They had that one run with need for Shaheed, and then they never went back to him again. They kept
only
going
up
back
2
to
points.
Mark Ingram. They kept going back to Mark Ingram, and the guy was getting 2 yards at best a carry, and no.
All right, Andrew, you can gloat about being ahead in the UDFA Sun competition. Because your son scored a magnificent touchdown. You can gloat about being ahead.
Whoa. It's over, Ralph.
No, it is not over.
The ballots are in.
The votes are not in. The polls are not closed.
It is done.
It is not over. I am not conceding.
If you are in line,
you have an offensive lineman as a kid. What is he going to do?
Pete
what could he possibly do?
Pete is hurt. He could make the all-rookie team. He could catch the pass that Zach Strief couldn't catch. He could recover a fumble.
Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy.
Making it rain.
It is not over. I am not conceding. When you look at his,
this is fake news. This is all fixed.
PFF rate is solid.
If Georgia reverses its vote, like, you still lose, dude. It's over. All right, let it go. Don't be that guy.
This is a conspiracy.
The hanging chads, they're all in.
You wait till one more tight end gets injured and they call in Kroll. It's going to be touchdown central.
That's right.
Don't be that guy, guys.
They don't call presidential elections at 6:00 at night. All right, it's not over yet, buddy. Just because
Thomas,
Shaheed,
let's replay that Shaheed touchdown.
He frolics.
I mean, I have no chance, so I'm staying out of this. There's no.
Well, I appreciate you conceding.
It is not over. It is not over.
It's not looking good for you, Ralph.
It's.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Juge, it's just 1 week, man.
Hey, can you show me? I want to point out, by the way, that I asked to switch my MVP to Rashid Shaheed, and Dave said, "Oh no, you get a negative point for that." So I'm like,
well, they lost, so can't be MVP. In
certainly wasn't the turd, that's for sure.
I'll say this: if he runs a kickoff back,
play the clip, Thomas. Come on, let's see.
If he runs a kickoff back Thursday night, I will give a concession speech.
Oh, okay.
Hey, okay.
You will get no concession speech from me until after week 17.
Right. That's fair.
Your dad says it's beyond over, practically. Not
practically. You wait till Kroll comes in.
Here we go.
Lafourche Parish votes have not come in.
That's not it.
That's Kamara.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Second.
Boom! Fired out of a cannon.
Yeah, well,
dude, he's good. Look at
that. Ralph's just got speed.
Nice tackle, Eli Apple.
That was whoop. That's why Eli Apple was the lowest graded or the 4th worst graded cornerback.
You know, I have to say this about Shaheed. That play was awesome. I was going nuts. My son was watching it with me, and we were both just going nuts because he knows about the UDFA competition. Mm-hmm. He loves it. And he was like, "That's my brother. That's my brother." And he was really into it. But I have to say, like, it was kind of weird. Like, why didn't they give him the ball again?
Yeah,
like look at that. He had one touch. Like, it's just like,
well, and they threw that pass to him too early in the game, and I don't know. It looked like a miscommunication. I don't know who.
I mean, he
was open.
Eli Apple.
Yeah, he was open
into a crisp. Yeah.
I don't know whether Dalton had the wrong route or what, but the Saints would have gotten out to an early.
Not enough time on task. Need more reps on the practice field.
Yeah. Actually, while we're just BSing for one more thing, I do want to say game day experience. I've enjoyed how they do the new entry into the dome.
It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
Right, because you didn't go to this last game. I have now. Now we have a problem. The Saints have gone and taken something that they actually were doing right, and they screwed it up. Now, like where I usually go in, they've blocked off one of those areas at the top of the ramp and closed that off. So now they're funneling everybody into just one entrance, into having multiple access points with security and everything. So what once was nice and easy because you had multiple places to enter and spread everybody out is now a pain in the ass again. Because I don't know. I think I was told that, and it was funny because everybody who had been to all the games that season and who had enjoyed the previous effortless entrance were all pissed off. They were like, "Why can't we go in there now? Last week we went in there. It was great. This is good." And like you could see everybody walking up to the top of the ramp and finding out they can't go in there and just being flabbergasted and annoyed. I don't know why. I think maybe because, and Ralph, this is you and your people, so I'm gonna blame you. I think maybe they were dedicating it to just the handicap entrance only.
The cripples.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean just you.
But I mean, let's still.
I don't want to call anybody else crippled.
As a crippled person, the way they had it was great. It was great. You could just.
But there was nobody using. There aren't that many handicap people. You don't need an entire row of security.
Man, that disappoints me.
I was really annoyed. They had it was so great, and then they screwed it up.
Oh man. So I'm going to the Raiders game. So
now give an extra 10 minutes.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't like horrible, but it's just like I still like having that concourse open and just being able to walk in the dome at any point you want.
So
annoyed.
Speaking of going from good to just adequate, it's time for our weekly segment. Adequate Andy Dalton.
I think we've already kind of covered this.
He was adequate again, but here's my question. He's got a hurt back apparently, which isn't good.
Andy?
Yeah, Andy.
We have two quarterbacks. We have two quarterbacks with broke ass backs.
Yeah, but here's my question, and I want everybody to answer.
Jeez. That was nice of Tyrann Smith to catch a ball, by the way.
He caught a couple. You know what? Tyrann had a day. Had himself a little bit of a day.
Had a little day. Does it even matter who the quarterback is if the defense is going to be bottom 10-ish?
No.
Not really. No. Put Taysom in there.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Saints Rabbit says he finally figured out his Tier 1 subscription.
So it's in the chat. It's Brokeback Mountain, the 2022 Saints. It really is.
I can't quit you.
But Kevin, if Andy Dalton's got a hurt back, isn't it time to go Taysom, run the veer/wishbone, and
get weird
in Arizona?
Yeah. Go chaos. Total chaos.
Why do we have two quarterbacks with broken backs?
Because of the Saints.
Don't know that he has
do we need to find a doctor next off? Do we need to find another doctor next off season who reduces back injuries by 50%?
I think we need it to be at least 75. 50%.
I think we need to stop sending these guys to Oshner or wherever the hell they're sending them.
Ooh, shots.
Wing T. Yeah. No. Dr. Rez says the Taysom wing. I like that. Because Taysom isn't broken yet. By the way, Thomas, give us an update on MVP race.
The MVP Cook Duke up by 100 bits over
there we
the rest.
Go. And also, guys, you can subscribe every month for free using your Amazon Prime, but you got to do it every month, and it's totally free for you, and it helps us. So do it.
What are they subscribing to?
They subscribe to our
channel.
do it every month? What kind of?
Because Amazon Prime gives you one free subscription. You could subscribe to anybody's channel on Twitch.
Oh.
You get one free one a month,
but once you're subscribed, you can't.
It lasts for a month. It's not. It's not.
You're questioning the method in which they provide it when they're supporting your show, Dave.
Yes.
I'm just questioning this whole Twitch thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But. Like you get one free a month, and you got to like I subscribe to our channel using my Amazon Prime subscription. I got to do it like the 15th of every month. Like it rolls over, and I'm like, I got to subscribe to the channel again, and it gives us a couple bucks. It's a great way for people to support the show. And it doesn't cost them anything. Do it.
Because Amazon owns Twitch, man.
It's like subscribing to Columbia House or BFG, where you get the 5 CDs for a penny, but then you pay the full price for the 1 CD, and then you're somehow able to do it like 9 times in a row, over and over and over again. It's kind of like that.
And then you get an $80 bill for the Outfield's greatest hits from 1991.
The who? The Outfield?
The Outfield?
No, not the Who. The Outfield. He said.
Yeah. The Outfield.
What is the Outfield?
They had one hit song in the 80s.
What did they sing?
Remember the Outfield?
No. What was their song?
What was the hit?
I don't remember. It just popped in my head. Somebody in the chat.
They were a one-hit wonder.
Somebody's got to sing it for me. Thomas, pull that up.
So, Kevin.
Yes.
It's time for the hot take of the week.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's time for this week's hottest take of the week on the Hotline, sponsored by JLD Hot Sauce and Knives. If you want award-winning hot sauces like Boot Chalokia or Reaper Madness Special Reserve, go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. They also have incredible jellies such as palm and pepper. They also have an incredible selection of handmade knives for cooking, hunting, and outdoor needs. Go check out the Zombie Killer Quartering Cleaver and tell me it's not the best damn quartering cleaver you ever saw in your entire life. Jerry Embler, what a great name. Jerry Embler is a tremendous supporter of Saints Happy Hour. So we are asking you to support the people who support Saints Happy Hour. Go to www.jldsharpsauce.com to get the best hot sauces and knives at the best prices anywhere. Up yours, Jeff Bezos. Use promo code SAINTSHAPPYHOUR and get 10% off. That's www.jldsharpsauce.com. Sauce me.
People in the chat are telling Jerry they love the sauce because he gave us free samples. My lovely wife handed them out.
My wife.
The sample. Go there, support Jerry. He's been amazing. He's been supporting the show for freaking years. Support him.
The outfield is I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Really? I always thought that was like the Cars or something.
No. See?
Outfield.
So
there you go.
The Hotline. It always is a little more angrier, grim when they lose. Thomas
definitely angrier this week, man. Definitely. With more profanity.
Oh, Lord.
That's what Josie's on a vacation. Josie's on a vacation. That's a good song.
Sounds like that Dave soundbite.
You got that Dave in him.
Play the Hotline.
Way better on my phone.
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Hey guys, just left the dome. Not sure if you heard what happened, but the Saints lost, and we walk out of the dome, and it's raining like absolute deluge. And I started thinking about Noah's Ark, and like, are we gonna have to build a boat? And then I thought, if the world is flooding, and you have to restart the Saints, which 2 Saints do you pick and then start over? And so anyway, I kind of think you grab maybe DeMario and Kamara and just like drown it and start from scratch.
So the last couple of minutes, if that doesn't tell you that Andy Dalton is fucking not what we want I don't know what will. Just like, Winston's been shite, but he's not been that shite. And as for Eli Apple, just a cunt. Cunt at the highest order. That's all I'm saying.
Guys, you can't have the Sean Payton era without Sean Payton. The continuity plan isn't working. This team lacks that killer instinct, and that's something that simply cannot be taught. Some guys have it. These guys don't. You'd think an organization that's won so many games since 2017 would know how to put teams away and win. But these aren't those golden era Saints. That's over. We are what we are. We're a 2-4 football club that can't put teams away when they're on the ropes. This is what losing teams do. And I go far enough back to know what that looks like, unfortunately. Welcome to the abyss, fellas. It only gets worse from here. Champagne out.
I can't decide if I'm happy or sad. What was that game? Like, it looked so good in the beginning. Where was Taysom Hill at the end of that game? Where was our defense pretty much the whole game? Like, what is going on? Before the season started, there was so much hope. And now, nothing but heartbreak. I will say, though, that I may be on that red rifle train, though. Not sure Jameis can do any better. I don't know. I'm so sad.
That's what she said.
But then I'm so happy because at least we did something and scored some points. But what the fuck about Blake Gilligan, though? What happened to him? I think after he got that tweet or that text about the PEDs, he hasn't just looked right since then. Well, it was a good game. I'll be at the Saints game in Arizona, so let's hope that I don't leave crying. Who dat?
Cincinnati. Joe Burrow. Eli Apple. This game. The fact that I care so much about this game and this team, and Pete Carmichael for f***ing this game up. I am so mad right now. I just want to hit something. I want to hit it hard. And it irritates me that I care this f***ing much. And I got to go before I start crying because I am so mad right now. That's how mad I am.
Hey, y'all can stop talking shit about Kirkwood now. Pro Bowl.
Jesus Christ on the cross. This is a tough one. I don't understand why we don't think play action actually exists. I don't understand how we can run for so many yards and then decide to just stop playing football in the fourth quarter. I can't believe that Marshawn Lattimore is the only person on this team who knows how to tackle. And if we ever got a pass rush, we'd go straight to the Super Bowl. I hate this place. Love you guys. Bye.
Wait, I have all kinds of comments. We really need to be able to like stop these and comment as they go.
The female callers were amazing. We need to contact them. I need either of them to do voiceover work.
Well, I'm gonna refer to the second one.
You need the one that goes F Ralph and F Kevin and F Dave and F Andrew. Most of all, F Thomas.
I'm gonna call the second female call. I'm gonna call her Grandma. She sounded a little bit older.
She had that.
Fuck you, Andre George.
Yeah, she went from pissed off to almost crying in the span of 30 seconds. That was an emotional roller coaster. I want to agree. The first guy that called, it's funny. He mentioned how it was raining after the game. I have to say, it has not rained in New Orleans. First of all, a month ago, it rained every day for 3 weeks, and you thought you were going to need an ark. The last month, it has not rained one drop. Literally, everybody's lawn is brown and is dying. And the first time and the only time it rains in that 1 month is directly as everybody in that stadium is walking out. It was pissing in everybody's Wheaties. That was, I don't believe in a God, but if I did, he would be a vengeant God, and he would do things like
Saints fans.
Yes.
Vengeance?
Yes. What, I don't know. Is that a word? It sounds like a word. If
I think you mean vengeful.
Vengeful. Whatever.
Old Testament God coming back.
My other comment.
Give him a break.
Yeah, that's right. My other comment was going to be, Radio Voice Adam was supposed to come in my store. This I didn't meet him. I didn't see him.
Where were you on that one, Adam?
Yeah. But
You're not as reliable as the other Adam. Troutman.
It sounded like a couple of those people were like like they had written down what they wanted to say and they were reading it.
Probably because they were afraid they were going to lose their trains of thought. I mean,
no, I know. I get it.
Sound better than us.
I write my stuff down when I call the hotline.
It was amazing.
Jason Champagne says you need to repent, Dave.
Vengeant. I bet that's a word. I bet that's some kind of form of.
Hang on. That
was an amazing. That was an amazing hotline. But guys, we need to get the hotline as good when they win as when they lose. The hotline this year has been a lot better when they lose. The Saints need to start winning, but the hotline when they win.
Well, the sample size is a lot smaller, Ralph. For the winning,
Jason Champagne says we need to exercise the demons.
Guys, the uncensored hotline is twice as long, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. If you're a patron, you'll get access to the uncensored hotline. I will post that. It will be in patrons' email inbox tomorrow morning.
Also, just FYI, Thomas, because you're not from America and you're from Poland, and it may be different. I understand that the C word. It's maybe it's up there with the F word, and you might want to.
No. It's beyond the F word. However,
I think you get permission to say it if you have a British accent. Though,
if you have a British or an Australian accent, you are allowed to say, or an Irish. If you have an Irish, a British, a Welsh, or an Australian or a New Zealand accent,
let it be known, I am not offended. You cannot offend
their rankings of curse words. The C word in Europe is lower than the F word, where in the United States, the C word is like above and beyond.
What about in Mexico? Call Ceedy that right now and let's see what happens.
Jesus. He'll be like, I'm Mexican, it's fine. It doesn't offend me.
Dude, my wife is so high off the Astros right now, I could say anything. She wouldn't care.
I know. I saw they had that walk-off home run or whatever the other day. I was thinking of her.
To address the issue again.
No,
Dave.
Not yet.
Vengeant does exist. It is recognized in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It is also recognized on the Wiktionary Free Dictionary. It is an adjective meaning seeking or taking vengeance.
I think I used it correctly, no?
And you did use it correctly.
You're a broken cock and so on, so on.
Everything that Tulane education is finally paying off.
Right. Wow. Thomas, before we get to questions, give us an MVP.
My day. That was happen all day.
Dave, you were dangerously close to pulling a Ralph there. I mean, you almost Ralphed.
You were so close to being Icarus there. You were flying dangerously close to the sun.
I knew it sounded right to me. I don't know. It's all
Dave,
about Latin.
I say that 900 times a day. Sounds right, feels right. It never is.
Dave, my dad wants to know, can you spell it?
I'm gonna say VE. Oh shit. I'm gonna say VENGEANT.
That is correct.
Okay, good.
Hey now.
There we go. All that Latin. I took 4 years of Latin in high school.
Ralph, what did Dave just say? How do you spell vengeant?
Vengeant? That's a tough one for me.
My wife just texted me and said people are sleeping in the house.
I can't say vengeant, but I can say Tim Biakabatuka like that.
Biakabatuka.
Thomas,
do you think I remember that spelling bee where the kid's like, I know this one.
Yeah.
Remember that?
So Thomas, MVP update before we get to questions.
Nobody gave us any bits or subscribed, so Cook Duke is still 100 bits in the lead. It's easy to beat them, guys. Come on.
Good job, Cook Duke. We love you. Play the music for the finger guns, Thomas. There we go. Nobody's gotten to the top this week. Not the Saints, at least.
Cook Duke is expanding his lead.
He is. All right, Thomas, what you got for us?
Okay, first question. Speaking of devil, Cook Duke asks, How bad does it have to get before we begin to question the decision-making of Mickey Loomis? We've praised him for his ability to walk the cap, but if it bites us in the ass, when does his job become in jeopardy?
Never.
Well, I don't know that he ever.
Never.
His job is ever in question because he's Dennis Lauscha and Gale. Like he's part of the trust, so I don't think Mickey's going anywhere. But
no,
I will say
there's not any manager in the NFL who has more job security than Mickey Loomis.
Yeah,
there's not a manager in
I would venture to say
Jason Champagne is throwing some bits. He's in the mix. But no, I will say I think with Loomis. I think it's fair to criticize him, obviously. And look, this offseason with the trade I can kind of get behind because, like, if Penning and Olave end up being good, like, it doesn't really, like, as long as they're good, it's fine. Hopefully they get a Sean Payton pick next year and maybe get a first back. But yeah, I mean, like, Tyrann Mathieu, like, that was a bad signing. Jarvis Landry had a good first game, but, like, that's not looking so great anymore. So, like, I don't know. In a lot of ways, the Deshaun Watson thing, I feel like they went all in to get him and kind of maneuver their cap in order to acquire him. And then when that didn't work out, it was like a lot of these moves that they made financially were to absorb him. And so I don't know. Like I do feel like this offseason kind of didn't work out.
Here's the thing. I 100% believe that the Saints really, really thought they were going to get Deshaun Watson. We won't argue whether it's good or bad. We went down that road, but they cleared the $30+ million cap. They acted like a team that it was about to happen. And you can criticize them, but here's the thing. Their theory on why they did what they did this offseason was because they looked at the NFC and they were like, the NFC is freaking terrible. We can go and be really competitive because it's a crap conference. That is 100% correct. Like that. So you can't blame them for thinking that because that ended up right. But the thing, Kevin, that I have to say, and that I'm not too critical of what they've done and that sort of thing, but I will be incredibly, incredibly hard on Loomis. No more YOLO. No more burning second, third round picks at the trade deadline if they get to 4-4 or something. You have to stop the mortgaging of future assets. The YOLO era of Saints football has to end. It has to come to a close.
Wait a minute. Am I detecting a slight hint, Ralph, of, hey, maybe instead of trading up, we consider trading down.
No,
let's not
get crazy. Let's not get crazy. I'm just saying don't trade up and don't trade future assets. Let's not get crazy with trading down. Let's not get nuts, okay? But the mortgaging of the future has to stop. So, Thomas,
next question.
What's going on with this bidding war? I stepped away for a second, and now
Cajun Sands and Cook are going at it.
Cajun Sands was in the lead for like 10 seconds. But Cook Duke retaliated with 300 bits.
I mean, look, I'm just going to say this to Cajun Sands. If you come, you best come hard. Because
Jesus. That's what she said.
Yeah, don't come half cocked, you know.
Tomas, check the timestamp on that.
By the way,
Tomas, we're going to need you to isolate that audio and the audio and pair that with Jude saying, you can come. We'll have a spot for you.
Oh, Cajun Sands drops $1,000.
And also me saying 4 guys, 1 cup. You know what we need? I listened to a podcast where they do drops. They have listeners and they put together
like Saints Rabbits getting reckless. I mean,
and they put together audio clips, like little songs or whatever, and they use sound bits from the show. We need our users to start doing that. Start sending us some drops.
Yeah, so here's a question. Denver Chargers are tied at 16. What result?
The Denver Chargers?
The Broncos and the Chargers, they're tied. What result tonight best benefits the Saints to get a better pick for Sean Payton?
Oh.
Look
I
at
don't
this.
know. I don't know, but you know what? Actually, but this reminds me though. I can't believe that I wanted Russell Wilson. I ever wanted Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson would if Russell Wilson was
that
with
would have
the
been
Saints,
a disaster.
No, if Russell Wilson was with the Saints, Sean Payton would be with the Saints. It wouldn't be a disaster. The coach of Denver is a clown.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. He's making a lot of bad decisions behind in the pocket. And look, you could have Bill Parcells, you could have Steve Walsh, you could have Air Coryell on the sideline calling in the damn plays. It ain't gonna matter if you're making bad decisions there behind the line of scrimmage. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Cajun Sam just dropped to 5,000 bits.
Wow. It's getting serious. It always gets serious.
Should we start calling this the Saints Happy Hour bit war?
People, it always gets
nuked his opponents, man.
It always gets serious when it comes to near closing time. You got to find your lady. You got to get home. So it's always gets serious during closing time.
Next question.
Next question.
Okay, next question.
Nuclear.
Next question from Bulky. Bulky gave us 4 questions, I believe.
Oh, I like this. I'm glad we picked this question. I'm not allowed to answer this question.
Okay, what Bulky asks. Everyone but Dave said that the defense would play better if we got them a lead. Well, what the hell have they been doing the last few weeks?
Playing like ass.
Playing like crap.
Yeah, we kind of already covered.
I mean, listen, Dave was right. I just thought, if they got the lead, their defense, I based that on the theory that the defense was actually good, and a good defense plays better with the lead. But when your defense is bad, it doesn't matter.
Bad. Yeah.
So, Dave, you're right.
Poop.
I hope you're happy.
Check the timestamp.
Things really are all coming up, Dave. Too.
Oh, yes. The only question is how long is this going to last?
I paid you some compliments.
Why you have to enjoy
I was nice
while
to
it's
you
happening,
about
Dave.
Tulane.
I am.
I'm starting to hit my limit here, Dave.
All right.
You just wait till Loyola applies.
We couldn't even make it through one episode.
Yeah,
we couldn't even make it through one episode.
This is
just already like we can't.
Agent Sand says he usually can't make the live stream. That's why he's coming strong tonight. He's in Dubai. So what time is it in Dubai, Cajun Sands?
Jesus. Probably
5 or 6 a.m. I guess.
Lunchtime. What? Who was up that early?
I don't know, man.
Wow.
7:13 a.m. He says.
7:13 a.m.
All right.
Good job. Next question.
What we got, Thomas?
Okay, next question. Next question from Biloxi Blues, who was in the chat earlier. Not anymore, I think. He asks, is it time to call an end to the failed experiment of co-defensive coordinators trying to run a defense?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what they say. If you have 2 defensive coordinators,
too many bitches in the house.
You've got none. If you have 2, you have none.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, I mean Dennis Allen's the one that's calling the plays. So,
dude, we are dangerously close, Kevin, to have a discussion about Dennis Allen. Of why are you even here, bro? He's the defensive coach. I
wouldn't say we're dangerously close. I would say we're just trudging right along, marching towards that.
Oh, Jesus.
What are we? We're not dangerously. This isn't Dave saying vengeant, and us thinking it's not even a real word. No,
and sweating it out.
Allen, questioning Dennis Allen and his worthiness of holding the big clipboard or the big Denny's menu on the sideline. That's not out of pocket to question that.
Right.
It's not.
Maybe he needs to give up. Maybe he needs to give up the defensive play calling duties.
I mean, I don't know. Like you think that let's really talk about this for a sec. I mean, you really think that Gail Benson is going to and Mickey Loomis are going to fire Dennis Allen?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
he could
gets at least 2 years. He gets at least 2 years.
But I would say the only chance of him being one and done, like if they win one more game, like if the Saints go 3-14, I think there's a chance he could be one and done.
Really? Not brought back next year.
It would have to be that bad. I think
Gail,
it's highly unlikely.
Gail, to be fair, the one thing I'll say, I know it's not football. Gail let David Griffin fire Stan Van Gundy into the sun after 1 year with the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
SVG.
Yep. I don't know. NBA, NFL, it's a little different.
I mean, but the Saints are going to win games. It's going to be. They're not going to be 3
Well,
they have Randall, man. Come on.
I just want you guys to remember how happy you were last week, and I was telling you guys, like, look, I'm glad you guys had your fun. I'm just...
Dave, you were wrong last week.
Here's the thing, Dave.
How have you
under no illusions? How do you not get this?
Dave,
we just
how have you
enjoy the moment?
How have you not
I just wanted to bring it up.
How have you not missed what I was laying on this entire damn show about you enjoying Tulane having success on the football field and saying, don't let anybody rain on your parade. Ain't nobody gonna break up my stride. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Oh no, my name is Carriello. No, I said no. You need to enjoy Tulane being ranked. Don't let anybody try and tell you anything different, because things can change, which is why I was cutting you off last week and saying you will not piss on our parade, okay? Because the Saints absolutely blew goats this weekend and coughed it up, and then y'all got rained on coming out of the Superdome. Okay? People need to enjoy things. You need to let people enjoy things. Just like we're letting you enjoy this.
Drop your Yeti mic, please.
I did notice. I did notice that you
solve your problems with aggression.
Thomas, is that the last question?
No, but this is the last question.
Go ahead.
Who belongs to Saints Rabbit? He asks, it was very apparent that ball security was a priority. Should we be taking this as a positive progression in the coaching staff settling in, or do we look at the poor tackling as a sign of the wheels coming off?
No, I think we were looking at Pete Carmichael and saying that he's over the hill. He can't do it without Sean, and look how different it looks 2 weeks later. I don't know that the offense has fixed things necessarily, but they've figured out how to operate with Andy Dalton and the lack of receivers and the injuries, and they found a way to be effective. So they're starting to develop a rhythm, and that's a really promising sign. So, look, if Pete Carmichael can figure it out, I'd like to think with the personnel that they have on defense, Dennis Allen can figure it out. I would hope.
But Kenny, the secondary blows. Like, it's. I know they have a lot of injuries.
Well, I mean, yeah, like they got to get Lattimore back. You know, hopefully Adebo can start to get healthier. Obviously they got to get some guys back. Now, as far as Tyrann Mathieu is concerned, the solution might be benching him. You know, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm concerned, but I do feel like on paper they should have the talent to figure this out.
Well, they got to get moving. Speaking of figuring it out, it's time for game picks.
Wait, Ralph, one more bonus question, because Jerry is here. He switched from YouTube to Twitch. He's watching us live for the first time.
Thank you, Jerry. We appreciate it.
Jerry.
He asks, will the Saints rebound and win on Tuesday Night Football?
Tuesday. Oh, we're playing tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit.
Thursday. Sorry.
Thursday.
Well, find out with our predictions, which are
That's
next.
right. We'll go to the predict. We'll do the picks. Right. So, Thomas, get to the picks. Put up the stats and tell us who's ahead.
Yeah. Coming right up. There it is. Kevin is in the lead. Again, 11 points, soundly. Only you, Ralph, didn't get any points, but I'm starting to regret. I gave Andrew 1 point for his son scoring a touchdown, even though he didn't predict him, to do anything.
Feel like Kevin's football intelligence.
Dave, the more you complain, Dave, he's gonna give me another one. So
it's like It's like being in a riptide, Dave. You know that, fan of the Green Wave.
Goalposts just keep moving.
Well, I feel like Kevin, ever since he did 9,000 mock drafts, it was just like just pumped his brain with football knowledge, and it's very disconcerting.
Yeah,
that Kevin is lapping the field in the game picks.
It was
let's see
of enlightenment.
Who were my mock draft MVPs that kept showing up again and again? The Abraham Lucas, Bailey Zappi, Sky Moore.
Oh my God, I forgot about Zappi. We ripped you to shreds over Zappi, and he looks like a competent NFL quarterback.
Yeah, they're ready to trade Mac Jones, the Patriots.
Mickey Loomis needs to get me in the war room next April.
Zappi potato chips.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. How many did Trey Hendrickson have any sacks in this?
He didn't have
no, but he
did have a roughing the passer penalty.
Okay, got it.
So,
all right. Well, I'll go first. Yeah. So, look, I think the Saints are going to look awful. I think Hopkins is going to have a field day. It's going to look bleak. But then the Saints are going to make a little run. It's going to be 26-20 Cardinals. And so, Jerry, to answer your question, here's what's going to happen. They're going to be down 26-20. Rashid Shaheed is going to field a punt at the 10. He's going to take it 90 yards for the game-winning touchdown. That's my star of the day. Saints 27, Cardinals 26. It ain't over yet, boys.
I like that.
That'll be great because if the Saints win, we get 11 days of fun because we get the mini bye.
Maybe then you'll concede, Ralph. If that happens, maybe then.
I'm not conceding until he scores again. I will not concede. Well, nothing is lost.
The scenario I just gave you, he scores again.
Well, maybe he'll have to score a third time. I'm never conceding. That's right. All right, Dave, you're up.
I can't in good conscience pick the Saints to win. Short week.
Yes, Olave is back.
And that's good. That's very good news. I think that is a big help. But short week, gotta go to Arizona. Not a fan. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going Cardinals 27, Saints 24, which you'll notice is a difference of 3 points. I'm gonna go with Lutz for my turd the game.
I'm disappointed, Ralph. You haven't played the Tecmo Bowl music yet with all the injuries that have been occurring.
Yeah. You would. I forget about the Tecmo Bowl music. So this is my pick. Is the Saints are going to massacre the Cardinals. Saints 24, Cardinals 7. Now, I have this is the most serious football take I've ever had on this show. Get ready. I did a ton of research. I looked at analytics. I crunched it. I have a rock solid theory based on data.
Okay.
On why the Saints are going to house the Cardinals. My MVP is Call of Duty XX. It is a fact. Kyler Murray, when Call of Duty comes out and they have like an update or something, he plays worse. Guess what? If you registered for Call of Duty early, you get early access this week. Kyler Murray's going to be trash on Thursday. Call of Duty, my MVP or turn of the game, depending on your outlook. Saints going to massacre the Cardinals. And Thomas, lock it in.
So this is the thing. For those of you that don't know, Kyler Murray, it's known that like he's a big Call of Duty guy, and there's someone that went and actually looked at releases of Call of Duty.
That's right.
And how he played during and like
is this the week it comes out?
Yeah. And so
we got the week. This is it. We got the week.
We got the week. So his quarterback rating.
No, I'm changing my thing. I didn't know this.
His quarterback rating is like 10 points lower when Call of Duty, like some new Call of Duty gets released. So it's
most hardcore football thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Ever.
Where did you find that? Who was the guy that put that out there, Dave? Who did that research?
I don't remember. I've heard about this on like Pardon My Take. They always talk about this. This is why it was part of the reason why Kyler had in his contract he had to
do homework.
Yeah, because he was dicking around playing Call of Duty so much.
But you got to do 4 hours a week of home studies, Kyler.
They wound up taking it out, but it was in his contract. Yeah, I didn't know this. I didn't know this was the week. That's funny. And it's a short week. He's gonna play like ass. I want to change my pick. I didn't know this.
Wait, hey, Ralph, was this the third and final lock you had?
It was.
Is it? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But if I get it right,
I want to lock mine in too.
I will give you one bonus one, Ralph, for being,
What? It's not like a red flag challenge.
Unlike Dave.
This is got to shoot your shot, Kevin.
This is ridiculous.
I still deserve a point for Landry.
I'm the master of this, Dave.
I guess I'll stop complaining about Landry in week 1 since you gave me a point for Shaheed. I guess I'll let that go.
Yeah, we call that a makeup call, Juge. Oh. All right, so it's my turn. Cardinals, 10. Saints, 17.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're going to get a wishbone offense. Run to gross perfection by the Storm and Mormon himself, Taysom Hill. But he is not the star of the game because he's going to be he's going to be throwing it and dinking it and dunking it and running for chunks of yards and scrambling for his life. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal until a lone hero breaks through. A man coming back off of concussion protocol.
Yeah.
We're all going to take the tour of Italy. Chris Olave Garden.
The show was sneaky good.
It was.
That was our best round of predictions ever.
It was.
I like the Bill Buffer Chris Olave introduction.
We had 2 players as MVP.
Bill Buffer?
We had a restaurant and a video game.
Oh, Bruce Buffer? Is that his name?
Michael?
I don't know. His brother's name is Bill.
No, that's
Bruce.
No, it's Michael and Bruce.
Yeah.
No, the third brother that died in childbirth. We don't like to talk about it.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
Jesus.
So, Thomas.
Who is the MVP?
Who's the MVP?
Cajun Sands blew the competition out of the water, 7,200 bits.
I did notice he dropped the 5,000 bits, and then there were no other bits after that.
Yeah.
It was literally like Nagasaki.
It was kind of like Rashid Shaheed scoring a touchdown, and then you guys getting blown out of the UDFA competition.
Not over yet. It's not over yet, George. It's not over.
Honorable mention, Saints Rabbit 2,400.
Cajun Sands says you overplayed. You can never overplay, Cajun Sands. You came in strong. You got it done.
No budget this week, unfortunately.
No budget. So,
now, Cajun Sands, make sure you send us a video though. You
you
got to send us one. We got to get that 30. So you
and give it. We want your because you're
from
in
the
you're in. Give us a scenic tour of Dubai. So, guys, everybody, thanks for joining us. If you're on the live stream and you're not a patron or you're listening to the show, support the show. The more we support that we get, the more fun we can have. You can get in the Discord. We're having a great time. And the Saints, if 2022 is going to be a slog, you're going to need the jokes. And we deliver the jokes and deliver the fun. All the other Saints podcasts this week, they're sad and they're mopey and they're breaking down tape.
They're talking about who's playing quarterback.
Yeah, like they're breaking down tape and telling you like, hey guys are struggling in the
I'll tell you who's playing quarterback. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So, guys, everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks to Andrew, thanks to Kevin, thanks to Dave, thanks to Thomas, the best producer in the freaking world, waking up in the middle of the night, running the show flawlessly with video, audio, all of it. Guys, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support the one that wins awards. Until next week, the bar is closed.
Food ad for life.